Hey everybody, welcome back to A Brush with Coaching with me, Martin Carter. So we're halfway through a series looking at how we can go from being in survival mode to thriving in life. And what does it take to help us go from survival to thriving? And I suggested there's two elements we need to think about first and foremost. And the first one is where we invest our time. And we spent the whole of last week looking at time investment. And remember, it's time investment, not time management, because you just have a finite amount of time, the same as anybody else, and whatever you do, you can't grow it. The second element is energy, and that's what I want to look at this week. And the first thing to note is that with energy, unlike time, you can grow it. It is not a finite resource. There are things you can do which will give you more energy or actually drain your energy quicker. And that's the focus for this week. How can we be more conscious about how we are generating energy and expending energy? First thing to say around that is when it comes to high performance, energy, not time, is the most important currency. Why do I say that? Well, if you think about, you invest 2 hours in a meeting, you decide that's the right thing to do, you follow all the tips from last week and you're clear this is where you should be investing your time. But if you turn up tired or irritable or anxious or distracted, however long you invest, it's not going to be a good return on your investment because you're not at your best. Similarly, if you go home of the evening and you're going to decide to invest an hour in your exercise regime or in your kids or in your partner, but you're distracted or exhausted or disengaged or cross, then actually, even though that's the right place to be investing the time, you're not getting a good return on that investment. So our actions and our thoughts and our behaviours and our beliefs dictate whether we are depositing or withdrawing from our energy bank, our energy reserve. And what I know from working with hundreds of leaders and hundreds of different groups is that when it comes to our energy bank, most of us are running an overdraft. Most of us are living in the red. We're taking more out than we're putting in because we're not consciously thinking and doing the right things that help us maximise our energy. Now, there are 4 energies that we need to manage, the 4 characteristics of life. And the first one is our physical energy, so our body. So that raises questions like, how am I sleeping? What's my diet like? Am I getting enough exercise? The second one is intellectual energy, the energy associated with our mind. And that raises questions about, am I feeding my brain? What am I feeding into my mind? Am I challenging myself? Am I testing myself? Or am I just feeding my brain junk food? The third one is emotional energy, which we often associate with our heart. This is energy of relationships. So am I connecting with people? Am I empathetic? Do I feel like I've got people around me who are supporting me and care about me? And what impact I'm having on other people around me? And then the fourth one is spiritual energy, that's associated with our soul. And this is where our purpose and our ambition and our dreams live. We need to feed this because it's important that we feel like we're making a difference and we're working on stuff that's important to us. So there are the 4 energies: physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. And there's an Indian proverb that says every human being is a home with 4 rooms. Every human being is a home with 4 rooms. And those 4 rooms are our physical, our intellectual, our emotional, and our spiritual self, or our body, mind, heart, and soul. And the proverb says we have to visit every room every day, if only to keep it aired. So every human is a home with 4 rooms, and we have to visit every room every day, if only to keep it aired. And the problem for many of us is that actually we're only living in 1 or 2 of these rooms. We are shutting off a couple of other rooms. We're neglecting rooms. And if we're going to manage our energy, we need to manage all 4. And we need to be managing them in a harmonious and integrated way. So that's what we're going to be thinking about this week. So let me just leave you with 3 questions though to think about before we talk about the energy tomorrow. The first one is, what do you notice about yourself? Which rooms are you spending most time in? Are there some rooms that you're neglecting? Second thing is, where would you like to have more energy? Where at the moment do you feel your energy is low or lacking or absent? Where are you living in the red? And the third thing is, how is your energy impacting other people at the moment? How is the way you turn up, either with or without energy, or with the right energy or the wrong energy, impacting people around you, both in and out of work, whatever that might mean for you? So I'm going to leave you with those 3 questions. Be conscious of your energy today. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk about physical energy in detail. But until then, go well, stay safe, look after yourselves. Bye-bye.